All right, folks. In my classroom, I have these little pre-made strings with little loops tied in the end. And you'll find that that's actually really useful to have in your classroom if you're teaching physics. So let me show you how to make them and then what you can use them for. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to get some of this nylon twine. And I found this in both yellow and I found it in pink. And of course I put my meter stick away before I decided to start this video. So I'm going to go back and get my meter stick. So my recommendation is that you maybe make them a meter long, your little strings. You can make them longer or shorter, but I would make, when you make the string, you're going to cut it so there's an extra 10 centimeters on each end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this next to the meter stick, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make it maybe 20 centimeters longer, okay? I'm going to cut it. So my goal is to make a meter long string, but this string is 120 centimeters long. Okay? All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this lighter. I'm just going to hold this in the flame of the lighter, and that's going to do something called fusing. So what that does is make it so it can't fray at the end. It can't fray out at the end. Makes it very easy to work with. But it's going to be hot for a few seconds afterwards. So let's see if you can see it. This old Boy Scout skill that I learned. Okay, on the trail to eagle. Okay, now I'm going to tie the knots. They're called bowline knots, and for me, it's the easiest to tie a bowline when I tie it around something. So I have my little lab pole here, and I am going to zoom in. Okay, let's see if I can focus it at all. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try and show it from different angles. Now, when I do this, see if I can remember how to do this. Okay, I'm going to drape it around like this. Everybody see? Everybody see? I bring it around like this. And on this side where most of the length is, okay, most of the length is on this side that's in the foreground. That's where most of the length of the rope is. I'm going to take it, I'm going to turn it like this. Okay, do you see how I turned it? It's very specific. You have to turn it like this so that most of the length of the rope is on top. Okay, can I move it so you can see this is on top? Okay, so I make a loop, and the part of the loop that leads to the most of the length, the part of the loop that leads to the most of the length, this part of the loop right here, where there's lots of length on the floor behind me, that's on top. Then you bring this free end. I'm going to try my best to make it so you can see this. I'm going to show it to you from different angles. I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to go out of the hole. I'm going to go around the tree, back into the hole. Then I'm going to pull the part that came out of the hole and the part that went into the hole, pull them together, and then they become tight. Now I've got this nice knot here. Now I'm going to do the other end. This time, I'm going to do it from another angle. I'm going to do it from this angle. Okay, here we go. I really want you to be able to see this. Okay? So now I want you to see what I mean when I say the length of the string, the bulk of the length of the string. This is it right here. I'm massaging it right now, so you know what I mean when I say the part where it has all the length. Okay, do you see? Let's turn this so you can maybe see it some, okay? So now, I know the pole's going to be in the way, but I'm going to show it to you from different angles. Okay, I'm going to take this, which is connected to the long length of string. I'm going to turn it. I'm going to make the hole that the rabbit is going to come out of. See the hole? Now it's hard for you to tell because of the way I'm holding it, but can you see that? Can you see that the length of the string is on top? It's on top. Then we're going to come from underneath. Here we go. The rabbit, oops, let's make sure you can see this. The rabbit comes out of the hole. I know my fingers are in the way. Around the tree and back into the hole. And if you can just practice this a few times, then what you'll have is you'll have a nice piece of string like this, okay, with loops in it. Let's back it up a little bit. So look, we have 2 loops. See that? It's super convenient. So, why is this so convenient? Well, yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that if I have some kind of a hook I'm going to attach to this, let me grab one. Any kind of hook. Oh man, that's pretty easy, isn't it? Look at how convenient that is. And you never have to untie it. I've had mine for 20 years and I haven't untied a single one, never needed to. Well, what if I have one of these? Well, one of these. Well, then what you do is this. You take a loop, you put it through the eye of this thing. Okay? See that? No, it's a little bit out of focus, but you see that? Then you poke the other loop through the first loop. Take the other loop and put it through the first loop. And see? It's on there beautifully. See how that works? And then you don't ever have to untie it. You'll never tie knots again. You'll just sit, binge watch some bull crap on Netflix. Bring home one of these ring stand bases. I brought them home before. I just bring them back to school. Nobody cares. Nobody notices. And how long is my string? It's almost exactly 1 meter long. Okay, so I'm gonna keep recording. I'm gonna try one more. I'm gonna try to make one more. Okay, here we go. So I am going to measure out 1 meter, and then I'm going to grab the string at the 80 centimeter mark, and I'm going to pull it so there's an additional 20 centimeters coming off. Then I'm going to cut. Oh, I didn't cut too well. Oh, it didn't cut too well. All right. Look at how ugly and frayed that is. See that? See how frayed that is? Oh, it can't focus on the rope. Yeah, now it can. It's very frayed, very bad. Very bad rope. Unless I don't burn my fingers off. Let's fuse it on down. Oops, you didn't see it. Fuse it on down. You can be a Boy Scout too. Why we don't teach knots in school, I don't know. They're extremely useful. And it is not a college skill at all. It is a very blue-collar skill. That's something we're missing in schools. Nice blue-collar skills. Okay, so let me zoom in a bit. Choose part of this where I'm going to bring it into the black so I can have some black table background contrast. Let's try focusing it again. Okay, so here I go. Let's find where I am on the camera. All right, so... All right, can't remember which angles I've done this from, so I'm going to do it again. Okay, so this, you can see here, that's one end of the string, and you just saw me pull the length of the string. Here's the entire long length of the string. There we go. So the long length of the string is in the foreground. We're going to take the long length of the string, and we're going to twist it so it makes a loop, and the part that leads off to the long length of the string is physically above the part that's going to go around the pole. So the part of the string that goes around the pole is underneath the loop. The part that goes off the long length of the string is on top. Then the rabbit is going to come, let's see if I can show it from this angle. The rabbit's going to come out of the hole, out of the hole. Going to go around the tree, back into the hole. And I know it's hard. You're going to have to try it yourself. You can't do it by watching. Now I grab the part of the rope that came out of the hole and the part that went back in the hole. I see I'm holding them with my thumb right here. I pull, and the knot is formed. Let's try it one more time. I'm going to stand on the other side this time, so you can get different views. Okay, so now let's get that out of the way. This part right here goes to the long length of the string. Here, whoops, it's hard to see. This is the end of the string, right here. Okay, it is possible to do this without the pole, but it really helps me. Okay, look, I'm making my loop, making the hole that the rabbit's going to come out of. Here we go. Okay, you see how it works there? It's very important that this part be on top that leads the long length of the string. Here we go, out of the hole, then up here around the tree. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not very good at this. Then back into the hole. Okay, so you can watch this video several times. You can watch other videos on people doing bowline knots, but you got to do it yourself. Yep, almost exactly a meter. I'm very proud of myself. All right, so that's all there is to it. So go ahead and try it for yourself.